Welcome to the Social Work Department. We have a lot of information that we would like to share with you regarding our department and how you can best be successful. What do social workers do? Social workers help people solve and cope with problems in their everyday life. One group of social workers, clinical social workers, also diagnose and treat mental, behavioral, emotional, and substance abuse issues. Social workers are employed in a variety of settings, including mental health clinics, schools, child welfare and human service agencies, hospitals, settlement houses, community development corporations, and private practices. Bachelors of Social Work students in our program are taught at the case management level, such as conducting initial assessments, using basic engagement skills, referral and follow-up skills for referral linkage, basic goals, objectives, and task creation. Bachelors of Social Work students in our program are taught knowledge about theories and application, focused interventions that can be used for assessment, how to evaluate success, areas for improvement of goals, objectives, and tasks. Management roles at the micro, meso, and macro levels include working with individuals, families, groups, organizations, and the community. Case management roles within the organization with a focus on strengths, empowerment, and resiliency. Case management, community change, and advocacy roles. Case management roles for psychoeducational groups. What does a bachelor's level social worker do versus a master's level social worker? The social workers in our department at the bachelor's level are trained in case management, engagement, and assessment and support. A bachelor's of social work degree lays the foundation for pursuing masters of social work training if graduate school is pursued. Therapeutic interventions and procedures are the focus of an MSW degree and training. Employability and estimated salaries. Social workers are one of the fastest growing occupations in the country, with employment of social workers expected to grow 12% from 2014 to 2024. Employment growth will be driven by increased demand for health care and social services, but will vary by specialty. The median annual salary for a social worker was about $47,000 in May 2016. Obviously, this will also vary by region. The median hourly rate was approximately $22.50 per hour in May 2016. So who are we and what can you expect from us? The Social Work Department at Buffalo State College was first accredited by the Council on Social Work Education in 1975. We have one of the largest undergraduate social work programs in the SUNY system. Annually, student enrollment averages about 300 majors and pre-majors, with approximately 80 seniors doing field placement in the social service agencies in Western New York every year. In order to get into our department, there are several expectations that you will need to meet. These are called prerequisites. First, you need a minimum GPA of 2.5 and have completed 45 credit hours. Typically, this occurs at the end of the first semester of the sophomore year. So most students will declare the major in the spring semester or over the summer of their sophomore year or between their sophomore and junior year. Students will need to take CWP 101 or 102 and 102 and receive a C or better. They need to take Biology 101, which is called Human Biology, any psychology course, but we recommend Psychology 101, any sociology course, and it is recommended that you take Sociology 100. And what is our curriculum like? Well, we are a fall start only program. That means that in the fall, listed here in the first column, these are the only courses that are offered in the fall. In your junior year, the only courses that you are able to take in our program are Social Work 220, Social Work 301, Social Work 307, Social Work 308, and Social Work 422. You need to pass all of these courses in order to register for any of the spring courses offered in the junior year. In addition, a summary of what you'll be learning in the fall junior semester would be the basic overview of the social work profession, specific focus on poverty and the beginning understanding of policy, theories of human behavior and development, theories related to the person and the environment, theories related to assessment at a mental health perspective, basic understanding of theories related to organizations and the community, and how to listen actively, interact with people in a manner that will encourage that person to feel trust with you, basic confidentiality, ethics, how to ask questions in a certain way so that you are able to assess what is happening with an individual and families. Following the fall semester of your junior year, once you have passed all 5 courses, you may register for the spring courses of your junior year. The only exception is Social Work 220 and 301. These courses can be taken in your sophomore year. In the spring semester of your junior year, you will be taking Social Work 317, Social Work 320, Social Work 423, and Social Work 424. You must pass all of these courses in order to register for any of the first semester senior courses. A summary of this semester is that you will be learning how to conduct literature searches for empirically based research studies, identifying which kinds of studies are good, which ones are better, which ones are not so good, and those studies, how to use that research to guide your practice. You will understand the hierarchy within organizations, policies within organizations, how to create change within an organization, and you will start to learn a little bit more about the placement where you will have your field practicum in the senior year. You will learn different ways of intervening with individuals and families and groups across the life cycle. This includes children, adolescents, young adults, adults, and older adults. In your senior year, you will be taking in your first semester Social Work 419, Social Work 493, and Social Work 496. These courses all must be passed before you can register for any of the spring senior courses. A summary of your first semester senior year is that you will be learning more about diverse policies that are at the federal level, how to analyze these policies, how the policy might benefit or not benefit specific populations, and how to start thinking about creating change at the policy and community level. You will be actively engaged in your field placement, practicing the information that you learned from your first and second semester of your junior year. Your integrative seminar will be focusing mostly on how well you're able to assess and engage with complex cases, and sometimes it might be related to your field practicum experiences. In the spring of your senior year, you will be able to register for Social Work 429, Social Work 494, and Social Work 497. In this semester, you will be actively participating in projects that guide advocacy at the community and policy levels. You will be, in your field practicum, mostly focusing on interventions and evaluation of these interventions. And in your integrative seminar, you'll be doing projects related to interventions and evaluation at a higher level than your junior year. Field practice. During field practice, you're going to be placed in a agency to conduct some projects in the field related to micro, meso, and macro level expectations for accreditation purposes, as well as generalist practice experience. In your senior year, you will be presenting where you are placing to the junior class so that they can interview you and find out what you liked and didn't like, what you learned and didn't learn, and if you would suggest this as a good placement. Students will, in their junior year, will also be writing down a list of their top 3 places where they would like to go for their field placement, and will be interviewing with Professor Edmond, who is the field director, and she will ultimately decide the best location for you for your field placement. Minors. Some students who come into our program, particularly when they are part of the Buffalo State program from freshmen on, are able to choose minors. These are the common minors that are chosen by our majors. Psychology is for people who really are focused on mental health and clinical social work. Art therapy is focused on social workers who would like to work with children or other populations where there might be difficulty expressing themselves verbally. Sociology is for social workers who would like to be community oriented and create change in the community. Deviance and is a pretty flexible minor where you can look at mental health, you can look at juvenile delinquency, you can look at various kinds of what would be termed deviance in our society. And then criminal justice, this minor is often taken by social work majors who would like to work in the criminal justice system in some fashion. The department offers several different kinds of international opportunities. This might be changing due to some faculty changes, but at the moment we are going to Trinidad and Tobago, and if you are interested in that, you can call 878-5705 to request an appointment. So this is some of the work that students did in Trinidad and Tobago at the Naomi Chinkitt Memorial School. This is a preschool. The steel pan is the nation's or country's instrument. They claim that they were the founders of the steel pan. This is Tobago and our crew. Past international experiences, the students were able to go to Nicaragua. And here are some pictures of that. Students are also encouraged to become involved with our student organizations. We have two in our department, the Student Social Work Organization and the Phi Alpha Honor Society Kappa Omega chapter. The Student Social Work Organization is very similar to the Honor Society, but it is not related to your GPA. The Phi Alpha Honor Society Kappa Omega chapter is related to GPA. You need a 3.0 overall GPA and a 3.25 in your major. Students have created a Facebook page to coordinate events and educational programs and chat with each other. And basically both of our organizations do similar things. They mentor and support each other through the program. They have fundraising activities. Many of them are fun. And some of those funds that they raise sometimes go to agencies in the community where we will cut the agency a check and sponsor them. We have chosen a family in the community that might be having a hard time, and the groups will purchase gifts for these the families. They've had several events on campus, so it's really fun to be able to get involved, and it really looks good on your resume. Special events in our department. Every year we do different things, so here's some examples of what has been done in the past. This was a Honor Society sponsored event where it was bowling against the faculty, and some money was raised to support other projects that they were doing. This was a Jennifer Knapp concert. This was to raise awareness about substance abuse, homelessness, LGBTQ issues, and we had a concert by Jennifer Knapp and a book signing. Here are some of the local agencies who are displaying different resources in the area for the themes of the event. And sometimes students will work with faculty on independent studies. This student worked on a project related to postpartum depression, and she wound up presenting in Australia based on her work. And there she is in Australia. And we also, our department helps organize and support the Perinatal Mood and Anxiety Disorder Task Force in Western New York. And part of that task force sponsored the Postpartum Support International 2-day certificate program, and we had several members from the community professionals come in. We had doctors and social workers, doulas, midwives, nurses, and they were all there getting training. So, once you receive your degree here, many of our students will go on for a master's degree. Sometimes it's in social work and sometimes it's not, but I'm going to give you information about what the benefits of our program are for a master's in social work. If you graduate from our program with a B- or above in all social work courses, you are eligible for advanced standing programs. They're all over the country. You're not relegated to just programs in our area. This means that you can get your master's degree in 1 year. Typically, the advanced standing program starts about a week after your graduation. It's about a 10-week summer session, and then you have a 1 year, one traditional academic year, and you will have your MSW. Traditional programs are also available for MSWs. And this is if you have received a C in one or more of your social work courses in the BSW program, or your undergraduate degree is not in social work, you can get your MSW by taking the 2-year traditional program. So a little bit about us. What you will see is that we have a lot of different experience with many different populations, and hopefully I expect that you would find a faculty member who has a similar interest as you, and that you would be able to have meetings and advisement with them, and they would be able to guide you in the direction of your interest. So first we have Dr. Aviles. He has work experience that includes 5 years of direct practice in mental health and 3 years in career counseling. He is a consultant for employee assistance programs in 2 areas: team building, using the Myers-Briggs type indicator, and stress management and burnout. Boser is a licensed clinical social worker who has been working with families and individuals for over 35 years. He has had extensive clinical, administrative, and management experience working in the child welfare field and with mental health, addictions, domestic violence, and LGBT issues. Mr. Boser helped to create and founded Gay and Lesbian Youth Services of Western New York, where he served as executive director for 17 years and is currently chair of the LGBT Domestic Violence Committee of Western New York. Professor Karen E. Edman is the coordinator of field education and earned her master's degree in social work and child welfare services from SUNY at Buffalo. She earned her bachelor's of science in social work and minored in art therapy from Buffalo State College, and earned her associate's of science in mental health counseling from Erie Community College. Professor Edman has worked in the Western New York area for over 20 years of social work practice, specializing in areas of infant, toddler, and young child development, adolescent parenting and pregnancy, clinical mental health with families, and diversity and social justice. She has extensive experience as a diversity consultant and trainer throughout Western New York and the Niagara region of Canada. Dr. Fitzpatrick earned her bachelor's degree in sociology from Buffalo State College in 2000, her MSW from Arizona State University, her JD and PhD from the University of Buffalo. Her areas of interest include domestic violence, incarceration, the justice system, diversity, adolescent and family counseling, policy and community organizing, and women and gender studies. She has clinical experience working with domestic violence, case management, and crisis intervention. Dr. Carolyn Holarski earned her BSW degree from SUNY Brockport and her MSW and PhD degrees from SUNY Buffalo. Her research interest is mental health with a specific focus on trauma. She has a social work practice background that includes more than a decade of experience in the substance abuse, forensic, and mental health fields. She has received several university teaching and mentoring awards, in addition to the New York State Social Work Educator of the Year Award. Dr. Mazzata is a clinical social worker with over 30 years of experience working with individuals, groups, couples, and families in a variety of treatment settings. She has served as an executive director of an anti-domestic violence agency and is well-versed in organization management, development, regulatory oversight, and agency operations. Dr. Mazzata has also served as the clinical clinic director of a community-based clinic that served clients compromised by long-term behavioral health issues. Professor Merrill is a clinical social worker specializing in trauma. She has been employed with Child and Adolescent Treatment Services since 2009 and is nationally certified in trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy. Professor Merrill supervises the trauma-focused cognitive behavioral therapy program at CATS and provides supervision to fellow clinicians and second-year MSW interns. She is also involved in the community, educating and coordinating with other providers on trauma-informed care. Professor Trippi graduated with a Bachelor's of Social Work from Buffalo State Social Work Department in 2004 and completed her Master's in Social Work at the University of Buffalo's program in 2008. Professor Trippi currently works as a child and adolescent mental health therapist at Catholic Charities Monsignor Carr Children's Institute and has worked in the field of mental health in the Buffalo area since obtaining her BSW in 2004. She has worked in case management, residential, and clinical service roles and specializes in helping children, adolescents, and young adults. Dr. Zettel Bark is the current department chair. She is a medical mental health social worker who has instructed, researched, and worked clinically in dental medicine, postpartum mood disorders, older adults, Christian LGBT issues, and outpatient mental health. Her research focuses on access to care. She is the team leader of the Western New York Perinatal Mood and Anxiety Disorders Task Force, which meets on the Buffalo State College campus quarterly. Dr. Zettel coordinates the International Studies Program to Trinidad and Tobago, working with the Naomi Chinkitt Memorial Preschool in Point Fortin. So what are your expectations for our department? Briefly, students are responsible for all expectations outlined in the student handbook, the field handbook. These two handbooks are posted on the department website. The NASW Code of Ethics, which can be found at this web link, course syllabi, which are handed out by course professors, and college regulations and procedures, which are posted on the college website. Documentation needed prior to admission into our department. First, you received this PowerPoint through email. Also emailed to you were attachments, several attachments. These attachments include the admissions form, Roaring Four suggested curriculum, social work advisement sheet. So what we would like you to do is to print out the admissions form and fill it out. Print out the Roaring Four suggested curriculum. Check off all the courses that you have already taken. If you're not sure, check your DegreeWorks. If you do not have access to DegreeWorks yet, then put a question mark next to a course that you think you have taken. Based on where you fall on the Roaring Four, then we would like you to make a draft of your schedule. And I'm going to show you a little bit of an example here. So this is a social work advisement worksheet. You're going to put your name where the circle is by student name. And this is an example for incoming freshmen. So as a freshman, you would need to make sure that you take the asterisk courses in your first year and no later than your first semester of your sophomore year. That will enable you to register for the social work major by spring of your sophomore year. Remember, you need to have 45 credit hours in order to get into our department, and you need CWP 101, CWP 102, Bio 101, Psych 101, and Sociology 100. You want to be taking 15 credit hours per semester in order to graduate on time. You'll notice that for freshmen and sophomores, there are you can take electives, and if you have an idea about minors a minor that you might want, you can look on the minor website and take some of those courses as electives until you're eligible to declare your minor. Then for your junior and senior year, if you were able to take Social Work 220 and Social Work 301 in your sophomore year, then all you need to take your first semester, your junior year, is Social Work 307, 308, and 422. You have to take those courses in that semester due to our fall start only policy, as well as pass all of those courses in order to get into your second semester social work courses. As far as electives go, if you have been in our college from your junior and senior year, you're still taking courses that could possibly be in your minor. If you're transferring in, it'll be a little more difficult for you to take a minor unless you are transferring in courses related to a minor. So if you're unable to take a minor, you can take elective courses. If you have not taken Social Work 220 and Social Work 301, you need to take those courses in your junior year, so you would actually have 5 social work courses listed in that first semester. In the second semester, you would be taking Social Work 423, 424, 320, and 317. This does not change, so that has to be your second semester junior year. As a senior, the social work courses you must take are Social Work 419, Social Work 493, and Social Work 496. You must pass those in order to register for the second semester senior year courses. In this order, it is Social Work 429, Social Work 494, and Social Work 497. So you can have some wiggle room with your electives and your intellectual foundation courses, but all the courses for the social work program have to be in this order. If you take 15 credit hours per semester, you will graduate in 4 years with 120 credit hours. So what you need to do, first thing you need to do is to print out the admission form and fill it out. Print out the Roar and Forest suggested curriculum, and print out the social work advisement sheets and fill all of these forms out. Also want to pay attention to any intellectual foundation courses you still need. If you still need some, you can find out which courses will fulfill those intellectual foundation requirements in a pamphlet, which can be found in our department or in Moot Hall, or you can go to the campus website and find out what courses will satisfy that intellectual foundation section. Write down any questions that you have about the department not answered through this orientation presentation. And what you're going to do then is bring in your completed admissions form, your completed draft schedule, your checked off Roar and 4 curriculum sheet, and any questions about the department. And that is what we will go over with you when you come in for signing up for the social work major, declaring the major. If you are expecting to be a part-time student, it is suggested that you speak directly to the department chair, because there would be a different kind of protocol that we have for you. If you're a full-time working student, we do have evening courses only. However, we need to be speaking with you, particularly the field director, in order to place you at a field site. So you'll need to be speaking to the department chair and or the field director upon declaring your major. So in order to declare the major, you need to meet with the department chair, so you're going to need to schedule an appointment. Please call our department at 716-878-5705. When you come in for your appointment, make sure that you have all the forms filled out and any questions that you've had from your orientation, and we'll be happy to discuss that with you. Thank you, and we're really looking forward to having you as part of our department.